Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome to kdmoonchild's world. I'm going to turn on one more light. Oh, that's bright. It's too bright for the morning. No, sorry. Good morning. Welcome to Saturday Solutions. And bear with this crazy wacky lady. I am here to hopefully bring you something to calm you down, maybe some solutions in your day. And I have been led to talk about flow and using how we live our lives like the tides. They come in and they go out. My dear friend Danny Shea would completely agree with me on this. So, as he is someone who is very much about letting go so stuff can come in. So, yeah, that's what the tides are all about. So, here we go. Let's start by releasing. But to do that, you need to look at the cards, right? Let me get it up. Get it going here. I hope you all are having a terrific weekend. I'm going to swap these up. And hi! There we go. Yes, this is for entertainment purposes only. We come here to enjoy ourselves as a tribe of community. Maybe find some answers. Now, that said, none of this is meant to be an attorney or a doctor or any of that kind of advice. There we go. Not meant to be the advice of a sailfish either. Sorry, I'm being very silly. Okay, let's get the light set. Sorry, I should have done this before. Is it going to cause glare? Yeah, I'm afraid of that. Okay. There we go. We're getting there. I think we're about as clear as we're going to get. Good to see you. Okay. Are you guys ready to find out what these cards are? Interesting layout, right? This is the very end. This is our final message from the animals around us, the animals that we love. Okay? Includes those that we aren't too fond of as well. Each one of them has a spirit, and that's what this message is from. This card is the Tide Out card. This card is the Tide In card. This card is the undercurrent of these two. And this card, this card is the shoreline. This card is the anchor. You ready to find out what we're going to see in this interesting journey we're going to take? Let's begin with our Tide Out. That's, like I said, it's the releasing card. This is about what is moving out of your life, something you're being guided to release or let go of. A lot of that going on, huh? Oh, look at that. What a fantastically beautiful card. Keep knowing. Don't be afraid. But don't be so cocky about it that you think you're riding the moon. Looks like there's a star right here traveling around the moon. See this kind of... No, I guess I'm mistaken. It's in one place. But who knows when a star might come along and knock you off. Put you back in the water. So let go of some of this deep knowing that you think you have. This is a 7 card, which is about control, reflection, and assessment. Let go of feeling like you gotta be in control. And stop being so focused in your logical mind that you cannot see the spiritual messages because you're too busy logicating it and trying to, I don't know, make it make sense to you. Or maybe you're searching very, very hard. So what you need to do is stop reflecting so much now and let go of the past. Let go of that sense of being cocky and knowing. That is a false sense of confidence. Because it's so easy to get knocked off that knowing train. Right? That's what we've got to get. What we need to release. Get the card back sideways again. I forgot to tell you what deck I was using. I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. And I'm sure you're probably wondering, why is she not using one of the water decks? I have several decks based on water. I have a method to my madness. I need to compare something. So bear with me, please, and I'll let you in on it next Saturday. Anyway, on with the reading. Now we need to find out what tied in. This is what's coming in. We're releasing all of this cockiness, all of this deep knowing. Because if you already know it, how can you learn more? Thank you, Spirit. That's simple, huh? Welcoming is the next card right here. This is the tied in. This is what's coming into our life. It symbolizes the new opportunities, relationships, or new energies coming in. Ooh. Oh, what a gorgeous card. I've never pulled this card before. It's a 10 card. Obviously, this is a completion card, and it's telling us that the things that are coming in for us, the opportunities, the relationships, and the energy is going to require us to be flexible. Bend with the flow of the water. Be selective how deeply you breathe in the flow of the air until you have that perfect rhythm and the feeling of knowing that the energy flowing through your body is balanced and grounded, and that you're building it upon a creative opportunity. Look in that egg. That is waiting to be birthed. Don't you wonder what is inside that mind in that egg? There's a lot of young people right now that are super frustrated because they don't feel like they're being heard. And I'm telling you, I am one who is welcoming them in because my generation needs to hush and recognize our completion. We are part of the reason the world is in the state that it is in. I'm a baby boomer. I'm just warning. Sorry about that. What a beautiful card. This is what's coming for our life. But it is going to require us to be flexible. Are you ready? I sure am. I'm going to float on those waves. How about you? The next thing we want to know, let's move these down a little, is the undercurrent of the tide. This is the unseen influence on us. The deep forces at play. Those hidden aspects affecting the tides of your life beneath the surface. So this is what we don't know about. That's interesting. The thinker. Master number 44. Oh boy. I don't mean that as a bad oh boy. This card's about manifesting. It's about foundation and stability. I'd say so. It's kind of different than the traditional, like the statue of the thinker. I'm looking at her body. A little bit contorted there with her leg up over, so far up over her body. And she's sitting kind of side. Looks like, oh, is that her leg or is that a cape? Or part of her wing? That's hard to tell. Tell me in the comments what you think that is. See if I can get that any clearer. Yeah, it's a part of her wing. She's in deep thought. So the undercurrent is we're being careful. We're thinking everything through. To ride this tide, that is a requirement because that is our stability and our foundation. Don't be so deep in thought, though, that you cannot see what's going on in the tide above. I'm hearing. This is the warning that goes with that card. Our next card is down here. Put this one this way. Undercurrent. Don't think too much. You might need to kind of go with your intuition once in a while. Go with your gut. It'll never steer you wrong. I promise. Here we have the shoreline. This is a boundary that you need to honor. If you do not have one that is super important to you, it is important to set it now. This is where the tide meets the land. It's a boundary to maintain. An area where you should protect your space and not let the tides sweep everything away. You know what's important to you. Entirely important to you. Right? Entirely important to you. This is what grounds you. This is your stable influence that remains constant amidst the changing tides. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the anchor. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come back up here. We're at the shoreline. Hello. Wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't have a mistake somewhere, huh? This is our boundary to honor, where the tide meets the land and the boundary to maintain. It's an area where you should protect your space and not let the tide sweep everything away. Whoop. Woohoo! I love it. She's zipping around in the sand just above the water because she is blessed. So are you. Understand, yeah, everything is about to massively change in ways that you weren't aware of, you can't prepare for, and you're trying to find out what it is. And this is telling you you're blessed. Trust in it. You're protected. Understand, yes, you need to dive in to the water and experience the tides. They are an act of polishing and fine-tuning, honing. I liken it to when I was a kid. My mother had a lot of silver plate in our hutch. And every so often, especially before Christmas and the holidays, that silver had to be polished. Guess whose job it was to polish that silver? And the cream that I used was interesting because it was super creamy, but on the surface of that silver, it was gritty. So you would think it would just scratch the crap out of the silver. No, it was just gritty enough to take off the darkness of the tarnish. This is what the waters and the tides of change are doing. This is what is happening to us. We are being fine-tuned and polished so that we have the brightest shimmer and shine. So when we zip around on our energy balls, like this beautiful fairy is doing, you don't get tired. It isn't overwhelming because you've been through so much. You've already let go of the arrogant, I already knew that, because something has come up in your life. Woo! Sorry, put that there. Something has come up in your life to make you stop and think about this arrogant knowing up here. Maybe you don't know as much as you think you do. So maybe that's going to require you to be flexible with the new stuff that's coming in. Because you need to let go of all that old stuff. All of it, not just some of it, all of it. We're starting over new, y'all. I know that's a scary thought, but if you're flexible instead of resistant, it's like going on a roller coaster ride. Yeah, that can either be fun or terrifying. It's up to you and your attitude, your perception of it. Every time you go through the valleys and the dips and the lowlands, as you're getting polished, you're learning something new. You're becoming a better human being so that you can be there to help guide everybody else who's coming behind you. Okay? Put this card here. So, you're blessed. I love this card. That is your shoreline. This is where the water meets the shore, the earth, the ground, the dry soil, because water is flowing all the time on wet soil, isn't it? Sorry, my nose is itching. I have a kitty, and he's shedding, so makes my nose itch every once in a while when a little hair shows up. Finally, over here, this card, that's why it has the largest stone on it, the labradorite. Here's the pretty side. There we go. I had it flipped over. The labradorite. This is our anchor. This is our foundation. This is our stability. This is our steadying force. This is what grounds us. A stable influence that remains constant amidst all of the changing tides. Yeah, I like up here how this is the moon. What's in charge of the tides, y'all? Really? Our anchor is by the book. It's an 11 card. Of course, it's a new beginning card. And look at those elephants. Looks like that slate's wiped pretty clean. There's a graph underneath it where you can start. You ever do those build a farm or build a city type computer games where you're given a grid and you can buy certain things and put, with the money that you make in the game, you can buy certain things, certain crops and things like that to grow, or certain size buildings going from a house to a high rise. That's what this checkerboard here reminds me of. It's all brand new back here, not even been written or designed. This is what is available, and it's coming in brand new, and it's stable, and it's solid, right down to the smallest baby detail. So this is what is going to remain constant during these changing times. Understand, it's being wiped fresh so that we can come in and build our society again. One that is fair and equal and harmonious, peaceful and loving for everyone, no matter where you live or what you believe, whether you have a religion or not, whether you live by the book or not. If you make it an understanding that that change that was wiped away is now yours to rebuild, that's like being given property and money and saying, build what you want. You want a business? You want a fancy house? You want a farm so that you can feed the multitudes? That's what's ahead. If you take a peek in the book at all the baby details, you're writing the book, okay? You are writing this book of our future, of your future. It's your manifestation, the opportunities that are coming in. What have you been manifesting? It's really important to ask yourself, what have you been manifesting? Because that is your anchor to hold you steady in these changing times. So if your feet are firmly anchored, maybe your trunk or your hands, And you're flexible. You know you're blessed every time that tide comes in with this new opportunity and it washes up another grid you can fill with something exciting and new for everyone and yourself, of course. Remember that underneath it all is all of your thoughts that you have had before, because all of those thoughts is where your manifestation powers have been. And that's what is going to be able to keep you from being limited on the number of squares you can fill in the rebuild. My goodness. So, if you're a surfer, you got it made. All the rest of us, this is going to be an interesting ride. Most definitely an interesting ride. Let's see what the animals have to tell us this week. I love it. Perfect. You're doing well. Keep going. Don't stop, please. Oh my goodness, don't stop. We need you to keep going. Look at the grin on that fox. He looks a little bit too happy. What have you been into, little foxy fox? I love it. It's cute. Okay, you guys, I thank you so very, very much for being here with me today. I thank you if you're a new subscriber. Thanks for being here and subscribing. If you're a regular, I hope this message helped a little bit. Um, and yeah, if you want to ride the tide, let's ride it together. Because riding it together, we're going to thrive. And I'll see you on Tuesday. No, not this Tuesday. I will not be live this week because I have a class I'm taking. So I'll see you next Saturday then. Take care, everybody. I'm going to take you out. I can figure out which button to push.